the Property Owners Association.
Yes?
And furthermore, as a representative of the Temperance Society, you probably know, Doctor, that I am active for prohibition.
Yeah, so I've heard.
As a result, I come into contact with all kinds of people. And since I am known to be a law-abiding and solid citizen, I have a certain authority in this town. You might even call it the little power.
I know that very well, Mr. Osixon.
And that's why you can see it would be practically nothing for me to arrange a demonstration.
Demonstration? What are you going to demonstrate about?
The citizens of the town complimenting you for bringing this important matter to everybody's attention. Obviously, it would have to be done with the utmost moderation so as not to hurt the authorities.
This could knock the big bellies right into the garbage can.
No indiscretion or extreme aggressiveness toward the authorities, Mr. Hofstadt. I don't want any wild-eyed radicalism on this thing. I've had enough of that in my time, and no good ever comes of it. But for a good, solid citizen to express his calm, frank, and free opinion is something nobody can deny.
My dear Osixon, I can't tell you how it heartens me to hear such support. I'm happy. I really am. I'm happy. Listen, wouldn't you like a glass of sherry?
I'm a member of the Temperance Society.
Well, how about a glass of beer?
I don't think I can go quite that far. Good day. Oh, and I want you to remember that the little man is behind you like a wall. You have the solid majority on your side, because when the little man takes over...
Thank you for that, Osixon, and good day.
Are you coming to the printing shop, Mr. Hofstedt?
I just have one or two things to attend to here.
Very well.
Well, what do you say to a little hypodermic for these fence-sitting deadheads? Everybody's afraid. They know perfectly well what's right, but they're afraid.
Why? I think that Osixon is a very sincere man.
Isn't it time we pumped a little guts into these well-intentioned men of goodwill? Under all their liberal talk, they still idolize authority, and that's got to be rooted out of this town. This blunder of the water system has to be made clear to every voter. Let me print your report.
Oh, not until I've talked to my brother.
I'll write an editorial in the meantime. And if the mayor won't go along with this...
Well, how could you imagine such a thing?
Believe me, Doctor, it's entirely possible.
Look, he'll go along with it, I promise you. Then you may print my report, every word of it.
On your word of honor.
Here, take it. Can't do any harm for you to read it. Return it to me later.
Thank you, Doctor.
Good day.
Good day.
You'll see it's going to be easier than you think.
I hope so, sincerely. Let me know as soon as you hear from His Honor.
Good day. Catherine! Oh, Petra, you're home early.
I just got back from school.
Hasn't he been here yet?
Peter? No. But I've just had a long chat with Hofstadt. He's really fascinated with my discovery. You know, this thing has more implications than I thought at first. You know what I have backing me up?
What in heaven's name do you have backing you up?
The solid majority.
Is that good?
Good. It's wonderful. You can't imagine the feeling, Catherine, to know that your own town feels like a brother to you. I haven't felt so at home in this town since I was a boy. Oh, that's Peter.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you, Peter.
How are you?
Well, so-so. I received your thesis about the conditions of the springs yesterday.
I got your note. Did you read it?
Yes, I read it.
Well, what do you have to say?
Excuse us. May we go in here?
Oh, of course.
Thomas, was it really necessary to go into this investigation behind my back?
Yes, until I was convinced myself there was no point in stirring.
And now you are convinced.
Certainly, Peter. Aren't you? The university chemists have corroborated my...
You intend to present this document to the board of directors, officially, as the medical officer of the springs?
Of course. Something's got to be done, and damn quick.
Thomas, you always use such strong expressions. Among other things, in your report, you say that we guarantee our guests and visitors a permanent case of poisoning.
Yes, but Peter, how else would you describe it? Imagine, poisoned internally and externally.
So you merrily conclude we build a waste disposal plant and reconstruct our entire water system from the bottom up.
Well, do you know some other way? I don't.
Thomas, I took a little walk this morning over to the city engineer. And in the course of our conversation, I jokingly mentioned these changes as something we might consider for the future, you know.
The future won't be soon enough, Peter.
The engineer kind of smiled at my extravagance, and he gave me a few facts. Now, I don't suppose you've taken the trouble to consider what your proposed changes would cost.
No, I never thought of that.
Naturally. Your little project would come to at least 300,000 crowns.
That expensive?
Oh, don't look so upset. It's only money. The worst part of it is, it will take some 2 years.
2 years?
At the least. And what do you propose we do about the springs in the meantime? Shut them up, no doubt. Because we'd have to, you know. As soon as the rumor gets around that the water is dangerous, we won't have a visitor left. And that's the picture, Thomas. You have it in your power to literally ruin your own town.
Now, look, I don't want to ruin anything.
Thomas, your report hasn't convinced me that the conditions are as dangerous as you try to make them.
Now, listen, they're even worse than my report indicates. Remember, summer is coming, the warm weather.
I think you're exaggerating. After all, a capable physician ought to know what precautions to take.
And then what?
Thomas, the existing water supplies for the springs are a fact. And they've got to be treated as a fact. Now, if you're reasonable and act with discretion, the board of directors will be inclined to take under consideration any means to reasonably and without financial sacrifices make possible improvements.
Dear God, do you imagine for 1 minute that I would ever agree to such trickery?
Trickery?
Yes, a trick. A lie. A fraud. A downright crime against the public and against the whole community.
But I said before that I'm not convinced there is any actual danger.
Oh, you aren't?
No.
Anything else is impossible. My report is an absolute fact. The only trouble is that you and your administration are the ones who insisted on building the water supply where it is, and now you're afraid to admit the blunder you committed. Damn it all, don't you think I see through that?
All right. Let's suppose that is true. Maybe I do care a little about my reputation. But I still say I do it for the good of the town. Without moral authority, there can be no government. And that is why, Thomas, it is my duty to prevent your report from reaching the board. Sometime later, I will bring up the matter for discussion. In the meantime, not a single word is to reach the public.
Oh, my dear Peter, do you imagine you can prevent that?
It will be prevented.
It can't be. There are too many people who already know about it.
Who? Well, you can't possibly mean those people from the Daily Messenger.
Exactly. The liberal press will stand up and do its duty.
Thomas, you are an unbelievably irresponsible man. Can't you imagine what consequences that's going to have for you?
For me?
Yes, for you and your family.
What the hell are you saying now?
Thomas, I believe I have the right to think of myself as a helpful brother.
You have been. I am deeply grateful to
I
you
had
for it.
hoped that by improving your finances, I might be able to prevent you from running completely hog wild.
And it was only for your own sake.
Certainly, yes. What do you think people think of an official whose closest relatives get themselves into trouble time and time again?
And that's what I've done?
You can't help doing it. You're like a man with an automatic brain. Once an idea breaks into your head, no matter how idiotic it may be, you get up like a sleepwalker and start writing a pamphlet.
Peter, don't you think it's a citizen's duty to share a new idea with the public?
The public doesn't need new ideas. The public is much better off with old ideas.
You're not even embarrassed to say that?
Now look, Thomas, I'm going to lay this out once and for all. You're always barking about authority. If a man gives you an order, he's persecuting you. Nothing is important enough to respect once you decide to revolt against your superiors. All right, then I give up. I'm not going to try to change you anymore. I've told you the stakes you're playing for here, and now I'm going to give you an order. And I warn you, you had better obey it if you value your career.
What kind of an order?
You are going to deny these rumors officially.
How?
You simply say that you went into the examination of the water more thoroughly, and you find that you overestimated the dangers.
I see.
And you were convinced that whatever improvements are necessary, the management will certainly take care of them.
My convictions come from the condition of the water. My convictions will change when the water changes, and for no other reason.
What are you talking about, convictions? You're an official. You keep your convictions to yourself.
To myself?
As an official, I said. God knows as a private person, that's something else. But as a subordinate employee of the Institute, you have no right to express your convictions or personal opinions about anything connected with policy.
Now you listen to me. I am a doctor and a scientist.
Well, what's this got to do
And
with
I
science?
have the right to express my opinion on any subject in the world.
Not about the Institute. That I forbid.
You forbid?
I forbid you as your superior, and when I give orders, you obey.
Peter, if you
Father,
want my
you aren't
brother...
going to stand for this.
What have you two been doing? Eavesdropping?
Well, you were talking
Yes,
so loudly.
I was eavesdropping.
Well, that makes me very happy.
You were saying something about forbidding.
You forced me to.
So you want me to spit in my own face officially, is that it?
Thomas, why must you always be so colorful?
And if I don't obey?
Then we will publish a report of our own to calm the public.
Good enough. I'll write against you. I'll stick to what I said, and I'll prove that I'm right and you're wrong. What will you do then?
Then I simply will not be able to prevent your dismissal.
What?
Father.
Dismissed from the Institute, that's what I said. If you're going to make war on Kirsten Springs, you have no right to be on the board of directors.
You dare to do that?
Oh, no. You are the daring man.
Uncle, this is a rotten way to treat a man like
Be
Father.
quiet.
So young. And you've got ideas already, huh? Well, that's natural. Catherine, you are probably the only sane person in this house. Knock some sense into his head, will you? Make him realize what he's driving his family into.
My family concerns nobody but myself.
His family and his own town.
I'll show you who loves this town. The public is going to get the full stink of this corruption, and we'll see who loves this town.
You love your town when you spitefully, deliberately go ahead trying to ruin our most important industry?
That source is poison, man. We're getting fat by peddling filth and corruption to innocent people.
Oh, Thomas, this has gone beyond opinions and convictions. Any man who can throw that kind of insinuation around is nothing but a traitor to society. How dare you?
Oh,
Now, you've been warned. Consider what you owe yourself and your family. Good day.
He's insulted. He is insulted.
It's shameful, Thomas.
Oh, I would love to give him a piece of my mind.
It's my own fault. I should have shown my teeth from the beginning. He called me a traitor to society. Damn it all, that's not going to stick.
He has all the power on his side.
But I have the truth on mine.
Without power, what good is the truth?
That's ridiculous, Catherine. I have the liberal press behind me, and the majority, the solid majority. If that isn't power, what is?
Oh, Thomas, you're not going to...
What am I not going to do?
You're not going to fight it out in public with your brother.
What the hell else would you want me to do?
But it won't do you any earthly good. If they won't do it, they won't. All you'll end up with is a notice to say you're fired.
I'm going to do my duty, Catherine. Me, the man he calls a traitor to society.
What about your duty to your family? The people you're supposed to provide for.
Don't always think of us
Oh,
first,
you can
Mother.
talk. If the worst comes to the worst, you can manage. But what about the boys, Tom? And you and me?
What about you? Would you want me to be the miserable animal who'd climb up the boots of that damn gang? Would you be happy if I can't face myself the rest of my life?
Oh, Thomas, the world is so full of injustice. You've simply got to learn to live with it. Oh, God help me, we'll have no money again. Is it so long since the North that you've forgotten what it was like to live the way we lived? Haven't we had enough of that for one lifetime? We'll have no money if you're fired. What about the boys? What will
Stop
happen?
it. Well, boys, did you learn anything in school today?
We learned what an insect is.
You don't say.
What happened here? Why is
Nothing,
everybody...
nothing. You know what I'm going to do, boys? From now on, I'm going to teach you what a man is.
You finish it?
Yes,
Well, what do you think of it?
it's devastating. The doctor's a brilliant man. I swear, I myself, I never really understood how incompetent those fat fellows are on top. I hear the rumble of revolution.
Shh! Oslickson's inside.
Oslickson's a coward. With all of his talk of moderation, all he's saying is he's yellow. You're going to print this, aren't you?
Sure, I'm just waiting until the doctor gives his word of approval. And if his brother hasn't given in, we put it on the press anyway.
Ah, yes. But if the mayor is against this, things are going to get pretty rough. You know that,
Just
don't
let
you?
him try to block that reconstruction. The little businessmen, the whole town will be screaming for his head. Oslickson will see to that.
But the stockholders will have to lay out a fortune if this goes through.
My boy, I think it's going to bust them. And when the springs go busted, the people in this town are going to finally understand the level of genius that's been running it. Those 5 sheets of paper are going to put a liberal administration in this town once and for all.
It's a revolution. Do you know that? We are standing on the edge of a real revolution.
Put it on the press.
Wonderful.
Mr. Oslickson,
What did the mayor
the
say?
doctor's here.
The mayor has declared war, so war is what it's going to be. And this is only the beginning. Do you know what he tried to do? He actually tried to blackmail me. He's got the nerve to say I'm not allowed to speak my mind without his permission. Imagine.
He actually said that right out.
Right to my face. Trouble with me is that I gave them credit for being our kind of people, but they're dictators. They're people who'll try to hold power even if they have to poison the town to do it.
Now, take it easy, Doctor. You mustn't always be throwing accusations. I'm with you understand, but moderation.
What do you think of the article, Hofstadt?
Well, it's a masterpiece. In one blow, you've managed to prove beyond a doubt what kind of men are running us.
May we print it now?
I should say so.
We'll have it ready for tomorrow's paper.
And, Mr. Oslickson, do me a favor, will you? You run a fine paper, but supervise the printing personally, huh? I'd hate to see the weather report stuck into the middle of my article.
Oh, don't worry. We won't make that mistake this time.
Make it perfect, huh? As if you were printing money. You just can't imagine how I'm dying to see it in print. After all the lies in the papers, the half lies, the quarter lies, to finally see the absolute unvarnished truth about something important. And this is only the beginning. We'll go on to other subjects. We'll blow up every lie we live by. What do you say, Oslickson?
Oh, just remember.
Moderation.
I don't see what's so funny about that.
Dr. Stockman, I feel as though I were standing in the middle of an historic painting. God damn it, this is an historic day. One day, this scene will be in a museum entitled The Day the Truth Was Born.
Oh, I've got a patient half bandaged down the road.
Doctor, the manuscript.
Oh.
I hope you realize how useful he's going to be to us.
Well, I don't like that business about this is only the beginning. Let him stick to the springs.
Oslickson, what makes you so scared all the time?
Well, I have to live here. It'd be different if he were attacking the national government or something. But if he thinks I'm going to start going after the town administration...
What's the difference? Bad is bad.
But there is a difference. You attack the national government, what happens? Nothing. They go right on. But the town government, well, they're liable to be overthrown or something. I represent the little property owners of this town.
Oh, it's all the same. Give a man a little property and the truth can go to hell.
Mr. Billing, I'm older than you are. I've seen fire eaters before. You know who worked at your desk before you? Councilman Stensford. Councilman.
Just because I work at a renegade's desk.
You're a politician, and a politician never knows where he's going to end up. And besides, you applied for a job as secretary to the magistrate, didn't you?
Billing.
Well, why not? If I get it, I'll have a chance to put across some good things. With a job like that, I could put plenty of those big boys on the spot.
All right, I'm just saying, people change. Just remember when you call me a coward. I may not have made all the hot speeches, but I never changed my beliefs either. Unlike some of the big radicals around here, I didn't change. Of course, I am a little more moderate.
Oh, God.
I don't see what's so funny about that.
Oh, if we could get rid of him.
Take it easy. He pays the printing bill. Anyway, he's not that bad. I'm going to get the printer on this.
Say, Hofstadt, why don't we ask Stockman to back us? Then we could really put out a paper.
What would he do with money?
His father-in-law.
Keel?
Oh,
Well, since when has he got any money?
I think he's loaded with it.
Oh, no, really. Every time I've seen him, he's had the same overcoat on, the same suit.
And the same ring on the right hand. Did you ever get a look at that boulder?
No, I never
All
really...
year long, he wears the diamond on the inside, but on New Year's Eve, he turns it around. Now, you just figure it out. A man with no visible means of support, what's he living on? Money, right? So my idea is we...
Hello.
Wow, fancy seeing you here.
Miss Stockman?
Sit down.
I want to ask you something.
What's that?
This English novel you wanted translated?
You aren't going to do it for us?
I don't understand this.
You don't understand what?
Well, this book is absolutely against everything you people believe.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Mr. Hofstad, it says if you're good, there's a supernatural force that'll fix it so you end up happy. And if you're bad, you'll be punished. Well, since when does the world work that way?
Yeah, but Petra, this is a newspaper. People like to read that kind of thing. They buy the newspaper for that, and then we slip in our political stuff. You see, a newspaper can't buck the public.
You
You've
don't
got to
say.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I don't want you to go away feeling that way. Take this to the printer, will you? I just want you to understand something. I've never even read that book. It was Billings' idea.
I thought he was a radical.
He is, but he's also
A
trying to...
newspaper man.
Well, he's that too, but what I was going to say is he's trying to get a job as secretary to the magistrate.
What?
People are people, Miss Stockman.
But the magistrate? He's been fighting everything progressive in this town for 30 years.
Well, let's not argue about it. I just don't want you to get the wrong idea of me. I guess you know that I happen to admire women like you, Miss Stockman, and, well, I've had not very many opportunities to tell you, but I want you to know. Do you mind?
No, I don't mind. But reading that book upset me. No, I really don't understand. Will you tell me why you're supporting my father?
What's the mystery? It's a matter of principle.
But a paper that'll print a book like that has no principle.
Why do you jump to such extremes? You're just like...
Like what?
Oh, I simply meant
Like
that...
my father, you meant. You really have no use for him, do you?
Now, wait a minute.
What's behind this? Are you just trying to hold my hand or something?
I agree with your father. That's why I'm printing his stuff. Now, nothing would please me more than to hold your hand, Miss Stockman, but I assure
You're trying
you
to put something over, I think. Why are you in this?
Who are you accusing? Billing gave you that book, not me.
But you don't mind printing it, do you?
Well,
What are you trying to do with my father? You have no principles. What are you up to here?
I have a...
Miss Stockman.
I don't think I've been so frightened in my life.
Oh, now, I assure you, there's nothing for you to be...
The mayor's out there.
The
He
mayor?
wants to speak to you. He came in the back door. He doesn't want to be seen.
What does he want?
I'll watch for anyone coming down here.
Come in, Your Honor.
Thank you, Hofstad. Well, it's clean. Somehow I'd always imagined that this place would look dirty, but it's clean. Very nice, Mr. Oslickson.
Not at all, Your Honor.
What can I do for you, Your Honor? Sit down.
I had a very annoying thing happen to me today, Hofstad.
Is that so?
Yes. It seems my brother has written some sort of memorandum about the spring.
You don't say.
Yes, he mentioned it to you, hmm?
Oh, yes, I think he did say something about that to me
Well,
this morning.
that's it, isn't it?
Oh, this, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to look at it. The printer just handed
Isn't
it.
that the thing the printer wanted the spelling checked?
Oh, that's it.
But-
It's just a question of spelling. I'll be right back.
Well, I'm very good at spelling. Maybe I can help you.
Oh, no, Your Honor, there's some Latin in it. You wouldn't know Latin, would
Oh,
you?
yes. I used to help my brother with his Latin all the time. You're going to print this?
I can't very well refuse a signed article. A signed article is the author's responsibility.
You're going to allow this, Oslickson?
I'm the publisher, not the editor. I mean, my policy is freedom for the editor.
You have a point. I can see that.
So, if you don't mind.
Well, not at all. Not at all. Now, this reconstruction of the springs...
I realize it does mean a tremendous sacrifice for the stockholders.
Oh, don't look so upset. The first thing a mayor learns is that the less wealthy can always be prevailed upon to demand a spirit of sacrifice for the public good.
Well, I'm glad you see that.
Oh, yes. Especially when it's the wealthy who are going to do the sacrificing. What you don't seem to understand, Oslickson, is that so long as I am mayor, Any changes in those baths will be paid for by a municipal loan.
A municipal? You mean you're going to tax the people for this?
Exactly.
But the springs are a private corporation.
The corporation built the springs with its own money. If the public wants them changed, the public must naturally pay the bill. The corporation is in no condition to put out any more money. It simply cannot do it.
But that's impossible. The people will never stand for another tax. But is this a fact or your opinion?
Well, this happens to be a fact. Plus another fact. Oh, you'll forgive me for speaking about facts in a newspaper office. But don't forget, the springs will take 2 years to make over. Now, that's 2 years without income for your small businessmen, Mr. Oslickson, plus a heavy new tax besides. And all because of this dream, this hallucination that we live in a pest hole.
That's based on science.
This is based on vindictiveness and on his hatred of authority and nothing else. This is the mad dream of a man who's trying to destroy our way of life. It has nothing to do with reform or science or anything else but pure and simple destruction. And I intend to see to it that the public understands it exactly so.
My God. Maybe are you sure you want to support this thing, Hofstad?
Frankly, I'd never thought of it in quite that way. I mean, when you think about it psychologically, it's quite possible that the man may simply be out to... I don't know what to say, Your Honor. I'd hate to hurt this town in any way. I'd never imagined there'd be a new tax.
Well, you should have imagined it, Hofstad, because you're going to have to advocate it. Unless, of course, liberal and radical newspaper readers enjoy high taxes. But then, of course, you'd know that better than I. Now, I happen to have here a brief story of the true facts. It proves that with a little care, nobody need be harmed at all by the water. Of course, in time, we'd have to make a few minor structural changes, and we'd pay for those.
May I see that?
I'd suggest you study it, Mr. Hofstad, and see if you don't agree.
The doctor?
Is my brother here?
He's coming across the street right now.
Well, I'd rather he didn't find me here. Is there any place I can...
Right this way. Hurry up, sir. Hurry.
Get him out of here right away.
Do something! The cane! Do something!
Any proofs yet? I guess not.
No, it'll be quite some time yet.
You mind if I wait?
Oh, there's no sense in that, really. It'll be quite some time
Oh,
before...
bear with me, Hofstad. I just can't wait to see it in print.
We're very busy here. Do you mind if
don't
we...
let me hold you up. That's the way to be. Busy, busy. We're going to make this town shine like a jewel. Oh, just one thing.
Couldn't we talk later,
Two
Doctor?
words. Walking down the street just now, I was looking at the people